City of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go on Monday Night Football. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's a toss to White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. They've got a man in motion. Running on 2nd with White. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has a man, it's Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. And the line doesn't hold up, then completions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Into the red zone. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn good play into a great play.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Herbert. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll run again with Brown. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers lower the deficit to a single possession. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. The give now to White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Here's White again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. This ball's cut by Bowers. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. That's the end of our... Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They're going play action. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. That one finds Josh Downs. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. throwing with a blitz on the way. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Everly's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert connects with Wiley. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Herbert on 1st down. He'll get this one to Brown. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a 1st. From the gun, a give to Brown. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Herbert from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
And these pass rushers in the game today, they are so doggone good. Not only are they good at getting home and sacking the quarterback, look at this. He was fighting the blocker. He kept his eyes on the ball, times it perfectly, and he forces a pass breakup.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Herbert back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Handoff headed left to Brown. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert now, blitz coming. Pass complete to Wiley. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers face a 4-point deficit. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Brawley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it and doing his job.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. It's into the hands of Wright. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders working here. New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw it on 1st down. On the move, headed right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
3rd down run from White. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 6 yards on the play, and that brings up 4th down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Herbert to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Finds a man right side. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Herbert here, third and long. Bateman hauls it in. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass. Some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. To the sideline and secured by London. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down. A final throw before the break. A massive shot towards the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Herbert with a blitz coming. He's loaded another one up. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Wiley hauls it in. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A give now to Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Herbert now. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. A.J. Terrell making that stop. On 3rd down, Herbert. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react? Read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Got a man, Bowers has it. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, it's a give to White. And he drives that run backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 37. He's on the move. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Chargers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Buying some time right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. But it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Run with Brown. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Here's Brown again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers parlay the interception into points. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers take the lead on that successful kick. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the gun, a run for White. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd and 5. He's got Bowers working the sideline. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 27. He's got Khalil Shakir. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
First down from the red zone. He has it at the 5. And in for the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it! And the pass is caught. 10-2 more on the score. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Brown on the carry. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Herbert back to throw. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Up the middle, here goes White. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Only one quarter remains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. He's dropping back to throw. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Brock Bowers the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 22. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert. Brought in right side. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
after a good pickup. They've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could play on it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Dose of the hurry-up offense here. Going with Brown on the ground. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Working quickly here. 1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On the ground, Brown. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Offense in the hurry-up here. Herbert here, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Herbert from the gun. Has it down close. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now within 1 score in the 4th. Drake London with the touchdown. Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for 2. They'll try to run it in. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. A lot's got to go right to tie this up now. Need a touchdown and a 2-point try, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, got to recover this kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Here's the option give to White. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Again, this is White. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. It's White on the give. Decent gain here, but short of the first. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders leading by 8. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Herbert on 1st down. Cut out left. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Throwing now, Herbert. Trying to push it deep downfield. And it's picked off, but, yep, pretty clear he was out of bounds, so no interception, incomplete.
That's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
Now Herbert again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they offer the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Throwing now. He has the first over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. It's Herbert once more. Chased out to his right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down. second down coming up.
You know, we're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that, getting out of harm's way. Now you just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Herbert to throw once more. He'll get this one to Brown.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw it. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does. Now, hang on. They want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll look to throw it. Put the body on the line for his team. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And the Raiders able to cover up the onside try. That seals up this game.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside.